Let's talk about my most anticipated horror book of the year, Molka by Monika Kim. There's no point beating around the bush here. This was a five-star read for me, so let me tell you all the reasons why I loved it. I mean, look, I even did my nails to match the UK cover of the book. We got some gloopies, we got some eyeballs. I feel like this Three Hearts polish, an Australian indie nail polish brand, did a lot of the heavy lifting here. So, why was this my most anticipated horror book of the year? I had previously read The Eyes Are the Best Part by Monika Kim 2 years ago. It was my best horror of the year, whenever that was. I think it was the year I moved here. And that one was a wonderful, good for her story about eating eyeballs and anti Korean, anti Asian uh, violence towards women, towards, I mean, just towards people, but specifically like the way that misogyny sprouted up in the US with anti Asian sentiments. So I knew that she could write a good social issue horror. And even whenever I read that at the time, like it had already been announced, I think in like the end notes for that book, she said that her next book was going to be called Molka and was about this Korean social issue phenomenon about secretly recording women for messed up sexual perverted desires, just power differences, just, a handful of misogynist reasons. And that both was news to me of this phenomenon at that time, as well as I'm just concerned generally of people recording. We live in a world of all kinds of new horrors every day, especially for women. If you think about things like AI deepfakes of women putting them in sexual positions without their consent, but also just the rise of surveillance culture, people doing surveillance culture for free, like these Ray-Ban Meta glasses that are just like recording all the time, people being recorded all the time without their consent. Those images, by the way, being reviewed, passing over all those videos and the information contained within to Meta, a huge company that, can do all sorts of evil things with it as they have done previously. And people just generally not questioning any of this and only looking at how the convenience benefits them without thinking about any of the societal drawbacks for this. I think about this just generally. Like, I love watching people's vlogs, but for me, like, even whenever I've tried like recording vlogs and stuff, like, I don't feel comfortable recording other people and them even incidentally being in videos without their consent. Like, people deserve just to walk through the world unsurveyed, uncommitted to video, and put on the internet for the rest of time. So I am totally on board with thinking about a social issue horror about cameras and recording. It is so timely. In Molka, we follow three different POVs. We have Dahae, who's our female main character, our protagonist. We have her boyfriend Hyuk Jun, which is he's like a heir to a giant business conglomerate. And then we have her creepy coworker, Jun Young. And there are so many different types of predatory behavior seen in all of these interactions. The creepy coworker Jun Young is like recording all of the women at this workplace in the bathroom. Like, he has just cameras installed in all the bathrooms. Early on, we find out that Hyuk Jun is maybe not as dreamy of a boyfriend as he seems. A lot of that information is released throughout the book, so I won't spoil like all of the bad things that he does, but it is like not withheld from you for a long time that he is like not who he is portraying himself to be. And Dahe is literally just like a girl in the world, like trying to make it. Jun Young becomes obsessed with Dahe because she's like briefly nice to him, like just cordial as coworkers are, and so he just becomes obsessed with her and stalking her, etc. Jun Young has this obvious power imbalance over her in the first place because of like all of this money and prestige and like love bombing that he does on her, like buying her all these clothes and asking that she wear these specific clothes to these like really nice restaurants, and if she dresses herself, then he's like, no, you can't wear that to this restaurant, like I'll buy you something right now so that we can go. And so she is just like already in this like power imbalance with him as well, but she's like really into it. Like she likes him genuinely. And so we can see the way that this misogyny is like both from strangers as well as within relationships. She's also still dealing with the grief of having lost her sister in a tragic way. And so that is like reoccurring for her throughout the book. There have been so many dead sisters in books that I've read recently. My One of my best horrors of last year, Bat Eater, that has to do with a dead sister. But like recently, I read Just Watch Me and the Future Saints, which those also deal with dead sisters. So like, what is going on? There are so many dead sister books recently for me. Um, is this true for you as well? And I'm really interested in these kinds of narratives. I've never had a sister, but I always like an exploration of female female relationships. So, what did Molka do so well to be a 5-star horror for me? First of all, it was very cathartic to be seen as like legitimizing the horrors of misogyny in society, especially with new types of technology. As there are new types of technology, there are new ways that women are abused. And this is like, yeah, going back to stuff like AI, that there's so many issues with AI, but if regular misogyny and abuse wasn't enough, well, now we have like hyper uber misogyny. And it takes Dahe a long time in this book to find out all of the things these men are doing to her. But when she does, she truly is able to enact revenge in bizarre and incredible ways that it really worked for me on both like a horror genre level as well as meeting the level of violence that these men deserved. Good for her stories don't always work for me, especially when they treat women like they are stupid for trusting men. And the ways that they do that is by it being a plot twist that a man in their life is bad. Stories like Promising Young Woman or They Never Learn, these are horrendous to me. I really hate these stories. I hate for it to be a plot twist. The plot twist to be about, oh, this woman was so stupid for trusting a man, and it being that all of the men were bad. Do you think that's feminism to say that all men are bad? That women are stupid for trusting men? It's not. It's not feminism. Because guess what? If all men are bad, then they are not accountable for their actions. If they are intrinsically bad, they are not accountable. I think we should hold men accountable. However, this book doesn't do that. Although she is not fully aware of the extent to which these men are abusing her, keeping things from her, betraying her trust, profiting off of her, in for personal enjoyment, monetary reasons, etc. Although she doesn't know the full extent of that for a long time, the reader isn't kept in the dark. Like, it's not supposed to be a plot twist. Like, and it never treats her like she's stupid for being cordial to a coworker or to be hesitant about a relationship, but hopeful. Like, she's not treated as stupid for that. And yeah, it's not like it's like a rug pull that these men are evil. Like, she's smart and aware. But yeah, you can't go about the world saying that women are stupid for ever trusting a man. Like, that is just letting men off the hook. But yeah, this book really does it for me, really getting to the horror of being recorded, the fears that women have to deal with, anything digital, online, as well as just like interpersonal relationships. Also, there is another genre of horror that comes into this late in the story, not like at the last second, but like later in the book, that is not revealed in the synopsis. So like, to keep the spoiler free, I won't reveal now, but does so much to like lift the story and put a new layer of soul into it, other than it just being like a gritty tech horror type of story. I just really felt like it nailed it on having a lot of emotional heart to it, as well as having like some disgusting gore in it. Like, there are some bizarre gore things that go on, and real nasty stuff that you are not going to read in every horror. And like, especially because this is almost more of like a popular mainstream horror. Like, Molka is not this underground extreme horror novel. I like that people are reading some kooky stuff and something that is like getting a large publishing push. So yeah, if you want to read something that has modern day horrors in it and you are also concerned about the surveillance state and misogyny, and you just want a fun good time, like this is written with the most compulsive writing style. Like I was just devouring this. I got through this so fast. Like I just did not want to put this down. Like she is such an incredible writer. I cannot wait to read whatever she writes next. Like she just has like the most addictive writing style. If you want just a page turner good book with social issues on I was going to say on fleek. Like what year is this? Like untouchable, razor sharp. Words like these really get to the heart of what's going on here. If you want to read a book like that, then yeah, you got to read Molka. I don't think that you will be let down. And this is probably my horror book of the year, but we'll see. We'll see what the rest of the year has in store. But until next time, I'll talk to you later. Bye.